Hi, this is James. I just got finished that segment and I realized my video was not in the active frame, so you cannot see me. But that's okay. I'm not going to redo that segment. Now I'm going to go forward from here. The only thing is, I can't seem to, this frame is so big, I can't really work around it very well, but just bear with me. Okay, so I want to show you something. I'm just going to put my frame down there, video. If you take a look here, which is phenomenal, in the Julian calendar, now this is in the Torah calendar, I took a screenshot, but for October, if you take a look at the Julian calendar, it's got 604, okay, right here. So simple gematria for YHWH, again, that's a tetragrammaton for Yahweh. You have 64 is the simple gematria, so 604. But it doesn't end there. If you take a look here, now the Day of Atonement, I figure was the 13th of October, and you have 16 right here. YHWH, Hebrew gematria is 1316. And I am, the simple gematria, is 23. Okay, all the Lord's titles are here pretty well. You got 24, okay, right here. Now, 24 is the 24th letter, okay, in the Greek alphabet. That's the Omega. And you also have right here 609, drop the 0 again. You've got 69. Jehovah in simple gematria is 69. And take a look at this. You have 46:10 right here, just like Isaiah chapter 46 verses 10. Okay. And also you have Hebrew gematria for Yahweh, it's 1322. And you have 13, Day of Atonement, and then 22, okay, right here. Now, I don't think this is by coincidence. I don't think this is random chance. And also, if you take a look here, okay, this is the first part of my matrix, right at the very beginning. You've got 1, 2, 3. Right here, you got 1, 2, 3 for November, that first, second, and third. And look at this, you have 29 right above, right here, okay? And right here, you also have 316 going. If you read from right to left, you have 316 right there. And I remember the Lord telling me about John 3:16, and He also told me it would be like Purim, and that's why I included Esther chapter 4 verses 16. Let me read that verse for you. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Shushan, and fast ye for me, and neither eat nor drink 3 days, night or day. I also and my maidens will fast likewise, and so will I go in unto the king, which is not according to the law. And if I perish, I perish. So, this is not random. There's no way. And you're going to see in the slides that come why I believe strongly. Okay, so let me continue. Now, if you take a look at this screenshot, I added a few things. If you count from October the 23rd, and you're going to see why I picked the 23rd in the next slide or two, but 23 is the result for I am in simple gematria, okay? And if you go from the 23rd, so if you count the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, okay, and then the 26th, that's 4. Now, if you go from the 26th, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's why I put a 4 there and a 1 there. Okay, and 1 and 4 together is salvation. And I put down here, could it be Revelation 4:1, Revelation 4:4. If you want to take a look in your Bible at those verses. And also, could it be Genesis 7:1 and 7:4? Genesis 7:4. Okay. So you have a 4 here, and this 9 I added, okay, because the 25th is, according to my calculation, is the 8th day, or it could fall on to the 26th possibly. Okay, so it'll be 8 or 9. So I put the 9 there. 8 or 9. Okay. So this is, in the slides to come, you're going to see why this is very important. 4 and 9 and the 7 right here. And the 26 is God's number. But I also want to show you something else. You got Jesus in simple gematria is 74. Okay. So you have 7 and 4 right there. Now cross in simple gematria, again, the result is 74. Okay. So just like I've talked about in the previous slides about the crossroads of the future, we'll meet at the cross with absolute faith. Okay, this all kind of ties in. But as we go along on this journey with me, you're going to see it's going to make sense. But for a while, it's probably going to be very confusing, but you'll see. Okay, so let me continue. I want to keep this video as short as possible. Now, if you take a look at this bottom image here, now this is a screenshot. It's more in the middle of my first matrix. And what you see here, you have a 7, okay, and a 1 and 1, and then 9 right here. Okay, so like a 7-11, 9-11, 17. But right here you have the lock, the key, the door, Jesus or Yeshua, and then preferred. Now this is, I put in here, King James Version is preferred. Okay, that's what the Lord recommended for me to suggest to people. Okay, and you have 79. Okay, 79, if you take a look, Yeshua. And on the periodic table for gold, it's 79. Okay, Jesus Christ, Yeshua is gold. Okay, you can't get any greater. Alpha and Omega is 79. Okay, so right there you got 7 and you got 9 right here. And in my clock or watches that I made, there's Alpha and Omega, and you're going to see that in the slides to come. And again, in God, in simple gematria is 26, but you break it down. G is 7, 15, or 0 is 15, D is 4, you got 74 right in the gematria value for God. Okay, but not only that, 15, the biblical meaning linked to 15 is rest. Okay, and the Sabbath is rest. Okay, there's a clue, I think, in there. So I'm going to continue. I still have lots to show you. Now, if you want to watch these videos, maybe part of it, one day, another day, it's up to you. But what you're going to find out, I believe, is absolutely mind-blowing and shows you the power of God. There's nothing greater than our God. Like, He is the author of intelligence, the author of life, and He has just opened my eyes in ways that I can't even explain how great our God is. And I promise that if you watch these videos to the end and show you what I'm going to reveal, you're going to be mind blown too. You're going to see that there is a God that is not restrained by time, but yet can work in our time dimension. You're going to see a God that knows everything and can see everything. He's laid this down for me to do in the future. It's like in Ephesians chapter 2, verses 10, and also Proverbs chapter 25, verses 2. I recommend that you read those verses. You're going to see that this is possible. Not only possible, it is true. Okay. So let me continue. Now, the reason why I chose 23 right here, October 23rd, is because of this right here. Let me just move this. So you have I am for 23. But in my second matrix, you have right in the middle where you have 26, you have I am right there. Okay. So I just felt that okay, that would be something to look at. And that's how I figured out the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And also, you have this altar. Okay. Altar, an SOS, SAS, appointed day. I just think that, it indicates judgment. I mean, it looks like a Psalm 90:10 picture. That's what when I looked at that, that's what I saw. But I also see a warning, and also over here, it's not in this snippet. There's 911, SOS 911. But just the way I decided to lay it out, and it's the Lord behind the scenes. I put it there, okay. And I'm gonna continue. There's other things I want to show you. Now this is a snapshot of Great American Eclipse Pass, and you can see it's an A and it's also a T. Okay, and here's Psalm 90:10. Okay, and then I put Proverbs chapter 7 verses 19 through 20. And I'm just going to read Psalm chapter 7 verses 19 and 20. For the good man is not at home. He is gone a long journey. He hath taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the day appointed. Now I'm going to continue to the next slide. Now I pre-warn you that it's going to look very confusing, but I'm going to walk you through it. And there's a reason to this. It looks like madness, but let me continue. Okay, now I just want to show you this image here first. Now this is actually a watch I felt the Lord wanted me to put together. But right here, the Torah always points to YHWH. That is the tetragrammaton for Yahweh. Okay. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos, but I'm just going to explain it really quickly. Now, these Bible codes were found in the first 5 books of the Old Testament. Okay. And in Genesis, okay, every 49 skips, okay, they found each of these letters. So you got T, and then O is 49, and then O to R is 49, and so on. And so they found in Genesis, they found Torah every 49 skips. In Exodus, they found Torah every 49 skips. Now I'm going to come back to Leviticus. Now in Numbers, they did not find Torah like this, but backwards. They found it backwards every 49 skips. And then in Deuteronomy, they found Torah again, but again, it was pointing backwards every 49 skips. So these rabbis, this could, I think it was, I don't know if it was 70, 80, 100 years ago, but they found this, and they didn't have computers, but they found it. And they found the Torah always points to Yahweh, okay? Because in Leviticus, they found the tetragrammaton YHWH every 7 skips. So Y to H, okay, it's 7 skips. From H to W, 7 skips. From WH is 7 skips. And as you've seen, okay, let me go back. A lot of the slides that I've shown you, I've talked about the 7 and 4 and 9, 7 and 9. Okay, let me go back here. Right here. So you got 7, 9, 4 right here. So 49 and 7 right here. And, also the other slides I've talked about that. Okay, so let me go back. Now, in my first matrix, right in the top right-hand corner, this is the quote that I came up with many years ago. Well, not many, but probably about 6 years ago. This came to my head, and I remembered it. And when I received this matrix, May 25th, 2021, the Lord wanted me to write this quote down. Okay, it's I can see the watch, and I will see the watchmaker. Okay, now if you take a look here, you got I am 23, and I showed you that where that was. Okay, on the calendar. All right, and then I showed you the YHWH. Okay, it was in 2 locations. It was on the top left and also on the bottom. And then there's Torah, it was not there. But with Torah in Simple Gematria is 62. I did actually show you that, but you don't realize. I'll show you. Okay, right here. 26, if you read from right to left, is 62. Okay. God is awesome. And the Simple Gematria for C is 29. Okay, right here, 29. This helped me figure this out. Okay, 29. And then in this quote, you got the AT and the T like this. Well, if you look at the very beginning of my first matrix, I didn't understand, but in there is an A and a T right there. Okay, and another T. So, okay, so you basically have two witnesses there, and it's going to make sense later. Okay, but I just want to show you that. And then right here, you have God. Okay, and again, that was, again, I had it. Sorry, let me go back here. Right here, God's here. And right here, you've got God right here. And then God bridge to you by Jesus. And I tried to put a circle here, but for whatever reason, it kept on going to triangle. So the Lord wanted me to point to Tav and Omega, okay? Because up here you have Jesus in Simple Gematria 74. And in my first clock, which is over 2 years ago, it's got Alpha and Omega, and it lines up perfectly. Now, in this word, it says right here, you are the future. The word is your map. Now, you is not necessarily me, but it's whoever is watching this, those that are saved, and then it's going to go in the new millennium. But right here, you see this, it looks like a very unique W. Well, it's not a W, okay? It's, okay, in Greek, standing for 24, 24th, okay? And that's why it's like that. And then I am the Aleph and the Tav, okay? So you have the cross, okay? And you have the I am right here. All right, and you have the Tav, the 22. The 22, if you take a look back, 22 right here. I know this, there's a lot to this, but 4 delta right up here, right here, that's a delta, okay? And let me go back over here, and right here, this represents the delta right here, and it could also mean the door. Okay, let me go back to the other slide. Now, how this Torah, okay, points to the 23, okay? There's a reason for all this, okay? Well, I'm going to go to the next slide. I've got something to show you. Now, in this presentation, I had no intention of including this slide here, okay? While I was creating this presentation, and I paused for a while, took a break, had dinner, I felt the Lord strong in the Spirit wanted me to add this information. Other than that, I can't explain. Okay. But you're going to see why. If you watch this video right to the end, you're going to probably be revealed something that a human brain cannot create. It is astounding, mind-boggling. When the Lord showed me what He revealed to me, I fell down on my knees and was crying. It sounds like crazy, I know, but the Lord wanted me to include this. I'm not going to keep talking and making this video any longer. It should, and be less impactful possibly. So I want to read Isaiah chapter 28 verses 21, and also I recommend to remember these numbers, okay, when you see these numbers. For the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. And when I read this, I knew the Lord had the right guy. I can do things that are absolutely off the wall and, totally out of the box. So anyway, the Lord wanted me to play a few things here for you. And with this information, I invite you to try to figure this out. And in 2 days, I'm going to reveal what I'm trying to show you here. Okay. And it'll be quite a short video too. So, and I would love to hear in the comments what you think, what you found. If you figured it out, then I would love to hear from you. Now, again, I am not predicting the rapture. Only God knows. I'm just showing you what I feel the Lord has revealed to me, and that's what I'm doing. And you once you see this information, you can't say that God doesn't exist. You can't see that there's a God that loves you and is doing everything to show you that He loves you and He wants to save you, and He's knocking at your door. So let me play these videos for you, and they might not make a lot of sense right now, but this understanding and these clues should help you figure this out, possibly. So let me continue.
Here I studied the laws of science and the nature of things. Most important concept here, law of thermodynamics. The first law, also known as law of conservation of energy, states that energy can...
Oh, shoot.